Today's day 8 on my narcissistic recovery journey. And boy, has it been an interesting day. I have lived my adult life in fear of one thing, a terrible, dreadful fear, and it happened today. Not going to say what it is, but it happened. And so far I'm okay. I'll figure it out. I'll work it out. The craziest part about it is that it has not stopped me from focusing on my dating and the conversations I am having with the boys on the side. And I'm having a very interesting conversation with the person earlier this week I thought I wouldn't. So it has actually ventured into a territory that I'm extremely comfortable with. So I don't know. We'll see. Still have to meet him and make sure that there's something there for me, or him for that matter. Let's be fair. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Excuse me. But that may happen. That does seem a little more promising than some of the other ones. So I'm just going to keep it rolling and keep doing stuff like that. I will say that, when the worst thing happened today, I did have the urge to reach out to the narcissist. It's the last sort of intimate relationship and place where I felt comfortable sharing real things. But I know not to do that. And also he can't possibly empathize anyway. And I'm also certain that while I have blocked him everywhere, he has also probably blocked me. There's only one place we are not blocked, which is surprisingly our Venmo, because the other thing I've never mentioned is that, obviously he's been in a very difficult situation. I'm not going to get into the details. It's not really my story to share. He and I have, with all the things that we don't, see eye to eye on right now, the one thing we are 100% compatible and the same page on has always been the way we handle our finances. And so while I have been involved with people that, are somewhat financially irresponsible, and I just, it's not my thing. This is somebody who handles money the same way I do, but has definitely found himself in hard times with that. And he asked for money recently. Not a lot. Just needed some help with a couple of things. And I have never, ever shared money with a significant other, ever. And I have a whole rule against it. Honest to God, if I were to ever get married, I want a prenup. I want to keep everything I have. I don't expect somebody to financially support me. I believe in separate bank accounts. I have some significant relationship thoughts around money. But I did do it. I did share it. Again, not a lot. If it had been a lot, it would have been different. But for me, it's interesting because we were, sometimes he has these weird rules around no intimacy, meaning I don't know, I'm not going to get into it, but we have games and things we do, and no intimacy comes up every once in a while as a rule. Which is fine by me. I have similar feelings about those things. However, sharing money is the most intimate thing I could do with anyone. And I don't think anyone knows that. He doesn't know that. I didn't tell him that. I just actually told him I was really proud of him for being vulnerable enough to share that with me, that need, and to allow me to help. And I really I don't think less of him for doing that. I really don't. And I certainly wasn't looking at it as this is somebody who's looking to take advantage of me. I just, based on the circumstances, it was very hard for him to do. He had a lot of issues with reducing his pride. At any rate, I did it. And it's something I always swore I would never do. And I do realize that there is a component of narcissism that can get into financial abuse. So I'm somewhat glad that it was a small amount and only twice. And that was that. Because now I had no concerns about it, and I wasn't expecting to get that money back. Like it was a gift. It's something that needed to happen. I mean, he has certainly put more money into me than I have ever put near him. But I have been spiteful. I did send a message saying I want it back. And I know that's mean, but it is my way of being like, you kind of screwed me with this whole narcissism thing that I wasn't expecting. And so like, fine, I'm going to hit you where it hurts, in your financial pride, because I get what that feels like. So I'm not 100% proud of myself for poking that bee's nest within the last 24 hours. I think it's a little prophetic given the rest of my day and how that's worked out. It's petty. It's petty that I did it. On the other hand, he's done a lot worse to me. And maybe I am being naive and thinking that this, maybe that was the beginning of something that could have gotten really bad. Although I think with all the things I'm empathetic about and pretty free-spirited on, I think I would have definitely put the kibosh on like anything more serious with money. Like that's like my most sensitive, treasured financial independence, supporting myself, never needing anyone else or being entangled to a point that my quality of life would suffer if my entanglements broke. Those are like my most fundamental values. And so, yeah, I broke a rule for him. I broke a lot of rules for him. I had a moment of weakness today where he's the one I wanted to confide in, and still do a little bit. On the other hand, I didn't do it. I'm not going to. I probably don't have any other avenues to do so. And I've probably got shut down on his Venmo at this point. I'm sure now everything is shut down. In the meantime, I'm gonna see what kind of fun I can have with this other situation that is developing rather in my favor, far more than I expected a couple days ago. I thought something crazy was happening, but sometimes some people's crazy matches your crazy. That's something that the narcissist actually used to say to me, that we each had our crazy, which was a nice validation to hear him say that this year. He likes to tell me I'm crazy. I am not nearly as crazy as he is. And the crazy he's referring to is something he saw 13 years ago. I'm not like that anymore. But it was nice to hear him say he has his crazy and that he acknowledges it. So I do feel a little bit validated on that. But I didn't know that, there could be other people out there whose crazy matches my crazy. And maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. We'll see. I'm having fun with it. The fact that I can even focus on this, considering how my day started. I'm either in like remarkable denial, or I'm just being me, and life goes on, and I see silver linings in everything, and I have a firm belief that I always figure things out, because I always have. I have 100% success rate with figuring things out for myself, even if I don't always know in the moment what it's going to look like. But I am a survivor, I'm a fighter, I'm a warrior, and I'm fun as hell. And I got my crazy, and I've stumbled onto something that, well, we'll see. I'll have to keep you posted, but it has nothing to do with the narcissist. I would like my money back, but I'm sure that's not going to happen, and I expected that. So anyway, wish me luck. It's been a weird day, and sorry to be so prophetic and strange.